Hey guys, today I'll be doing a video on Charis Lemonopoulos Labirinthos, Charis Lemonopoulos or Charis Lemonopoulos, anyway, it's the same guy. The video will be on his solo called Labirinthos, that's how I know it. And just to discuss a couple of the melodic lines and also the harmony component to what he's doing, because I think it's important that most bouzouki players that don't know harmony and don't understand it, there's a bit happening. So you're forced to constantly think in scales, but there's an easier way to analyze and then just change your thinking so that you can free up your playing as you go along. So there's a whole solo part at the start. We're not going to look at that. We're just going to look at a couple of the melodic lines. So the first one is major, obviously. So this is the run. There, he's allowed it to go to B minor. So, and then he's added an F sharp 7 or an F sharp major. He's still in B minor, look. So because there's a D in B minor. Okay. And then the run. That's the runners. If you look on YouTube, there's a guy playing a record called Labirinthos. On that record, he does it like that. In some other versions, he does it different. Now, that repeats. And then we have the next version where he just goes to F sharp minor. Now, for those of you that are thinking, how does he know to go to F sharp minor? F sharp minor is in A major. So it's right here. That's a new bouzouki, so if it's gone out of tune, I'm sorry. Anyway, this is live, so this is what happens. Okay, so the next part of it is this. Now, for those of you that are thinking correct fingers, positioning and all that, you can, if you want to do it like that. That is individual to each player, whatever system works for you. The next part, it goes to, and then it hits what he does is he goes F sharp major, but to B minor. It helps him go there because what's called the 5-1. So B minor. Just goes up to C sharp major. So your last note there is a B. So back to B minor. Notice how I use the fingers here. That's easy because now, because he's going there. Now, here he changes to F sharp major. Now this part here is where he's changed pretty much key, if you think about it, because he's going. He's done what's called the 5-1 in, that's how he's managed to do that's what he's done. So he's think about it as F sharp major. That's all it is. go back to F sharp major here. Because he's going to go. Okay, so it's back there. Then it repeats, like. Okay, now, when that part finishes, you hear, and he goes. So what he's done there is he's transposed key. So in order to suit his melody line, he's gone into F sharp major. And then basically he's used other chords within there to go to your, well, we would call this probably G sharp minor. So he's in F sharp major, so it's, that's the progression there, so, sorry. Very standard, it's just a 5-1, so. That's how you can get that, because he's doing this chromatic movement. And you can even use a diminished if you want. If you wanted to reharmonize it and stuff and say, okay, I'm going to change this and make it sort of my own way. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole foundation of the solo. At the start, as I said, he does a solo in, you want to call it rast, you want to call it uzam. He just combines scales that work well in A major, and he also does a thing where he does that. He hits a D minor. So like it's like. There's something on there. It's just, that's called a minor 4. It's common in classical music. So again, it shows his ability to use classical rules in order to emphasize his Greek music. So he's taking from places, and let's not forget he was a classical violinist and guitarist and stuff. So it's a good example of how these older style bouzouki players were doing it before anybody ever thought about it, which is basically not holding the bouzouki in just one field, whether it's rebetiko or laika or whatever. They were mixing and matching stuff and using all influences of music in order to produce their own sound. So for those of you that are watching this, I would suggest the same. There's no right or wrong, and there's just basically influences and sounds that you can use and apply to your playing. Whatever helps you bring out your own sound and makes you happy, because like I keep saying, music's about making us happy, not being correct. And yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to message me, and I'll be happy to discuss further. I didn't go into detail melody lines and all that, and sit there and play note for note. It's basically a video just to give you guys an intro into how to sort of do this solo, and then you can work it out for yourselves. If you can't, you can message me and I'll be happy to show you how to play this solo. All the best.